Hey everyone, it's Michael here again with Home Health Success Academy. In this video, we're just going to be covering some ideas on marketing to independent living facilities or assisted living facilities. And that's the main thing we want to be able to tackle in this particular video. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are the few tips on how to be able to market yourself to assisted living facilities, okay? Understand this, that you should never ever abandon assisted living facilities. Remember, in a previous videos, we talked about assisted living facilities as of around 2010 has about 7.5% of all care from assisted living facilities. So you don't want to discount them. You definitely want to be able to make sure that you target to them and market to them because they have potential patients and can help your agency increase its census. So you want to be able to position yourself, your company, as a company that can prevent these residents of these facilities to actually end up in the hospitals or end up in the nursing homes or long-term care, because empty beds means lost income for these facilities. So if you can position your company to show them that your agency does more to prevent patients, to prevent their residents ending up in nursing homes and hospitals or long-term care facilities, you are going to be able to get more patients guaranteed. So let's go ahead and share with you guys some few tips on how to be able to go into an assisted living facility, whom to target, what to do in order to get into that market. Now, one good way is you give them a call first and try to assess and find out the names of the people that you should be actually talking to in that facility. I always like to be able to ask the questions, like I've said all the time, is because if you know the questions and you know the answers, then you can do that to your advantage. A person who prepares ahead of time will always become more successful than the other people. So the next thing is you want to be able to make sure that you attack or approach the right person. Those are normally the assisted living facilities directors. Find out who is the top dog of that facility. Give them a call, ask them to who makes the major decisions for the company. By doing this, you should be able to know who they are right away. And when you find out their name, make sure that you spell it correctly and pronounce it correctly. So those are important things because you don't want to offend them. The third thing I can add to that is you want to be able to provide continual education classes for the staff. Provide them with education materials, videos, flyers, whatever you can do to be able to give them. What I like to do really is I like making the videos, right? And so make these videos, make professional videos. And the goal is to be able to provide this to the staff by you providing them these educational based marketing items, these continual educational courses that they can watch anytime that they want to, whenever they have time, or at the same time as they can actually have meetings and watch it all together, or maybe just read whatever you give them. What you're doing is you're positioning your company as a go-to company, that you value education, that you value the care of the patients, you value the care of the residents. So you want to be able to provide some training that they can actually add and be able to use, and they can take good care of their patients. Remember, asking the questions. Find out what their facilities needs to allow other companies like yours to be able to service and come in and provide the care that, provide care for the clients. Look, we're talking about, let's say, just private duty right now. If you can position your private duty, your home care company, if you can position yourself in there and find out the information that's going to make them want to hear you, then you can create the presentation that is more tiered to them. That's what it is. You want to be able to talk to them about their problems and their fears. Now, one thing that's important to me when I'm teaching out there is that your company should never just have that one brochure, just that one trifold brochure that every other agency have that explains your services. When you're marketing, to referral sources, you need to be able to have different type of marketing materials. Like a good way to talk about that is having a flyer just meant for an assistant, for the director of the facility. Having a flyers meant directly to the patients. Having flyers that would, talk directly to the decision makers of those clients of that facility. All these different things are such an important thing for you guys to be able to have. Now, these are just some tips on how to be able to get to these assisted living facilities. Another tip that I like to use when I'm trying to go into an independent community or an assisted living facility or a senior housing area is we create newsletters, right? But the newsletter doesn't have the name of our company. It's actually a newsletter that we created just for senior newsletters. Put some valuable information in there, some Sudoku items, some puzzles, a lot of different stuff that's more interesting for the seniors. But at the very same time as when they're opening up the newsletter, then we actually have our advertising in there. So it looks like an advertorial type of a setup on what we can do. So sometimes when you're not able to walk into a facility, they won't let you in, but you can actually drop off some of these type of flyers or these newsletters. They'll allow those because number one is they don't know that it's your company, but it's actually just another company or a newsletter or a little senior newsletter type of a setup. So that's a good idea to be able to get yourself into a lot of these assisted living or independent living communities. If you have any more questions, please make a comment down below. Send us a message. We definitely want to be able to keep on helping you guys out. Always understand that home health marketing is easy when you know what you're doing.